Got a Twosun. Man, tradition. Not a very good spinner, but let's see if it's a really good knife. My guess is that it's stunning. The models coming out of Twosun right now are ridiculous. And I have some older models, but this is a newer model, and I've kind of committed to getting the newer ones on the channel sooner versus letting them sit here. So I've got some older models over here on the side that we're jumping past. As new models come, I'm trying to get the new ones out. So if you're looking at them, you can, I don't know, watch the video, maybe to help you make a decision, maybe not. But makes sense to get these newer models out as quick as I can. Let's get rid of the packaging. These upper tiered Twosun boxes. There we go. All right. Whoa. Let's get this blade out of here and see what's up. Oh, that milling on there. Wow. Look at the milling. Really fine. And then it's got this fat carbon fiber. Little flecks of, I don't know, yellow, green maybe. Some level of green or yellow. Beautiful inserts, wonderfully milled. It's got that same really fine milling on the back, and that same level of milling is on the pocket clip. Really fine, but perceptible. You know, you can feel it. All right, blade time. Yeah, look at this thing. Wow. Little oily. Okay. Let's see if we've got a model number here. It's a Ts508 M390 David Chen design. David Chen be bringing the fire, man. Wonderful designs. Look at this blade. It's got like a flat, and there's a point here, and then like a somewhat of a tanto, but then it's like a drop point. I mean, there's a lot going on here, man. It's got this fuller, and then it's got this one. Jimping on the spine. I mean, there's a lot happening here. Let's cycle that action a few times. Man, the action's a little stiff. Almost like maybe the pivot's a little over tight. I mean, the pivot's crazy tight. You know, I had one recently that completely caked with Loctite, and I had to boil the knife to get that in, to get in it. I hope that's not the case here. I mean, it does not want to let go. Wow. I mean, oh, don't make me boil this knife. Come on, man. Why would you completely coat the screw with Loctite to never be opened? Like, I have some resources so I can crack in here, but I mean, golly. I mean, I have to go for it. I mean, I hate to on this knife. The other one had a scale that covered this, so I chewed this up ferociously, but then the scale covered it. But if you take that scale off, I chewed that pivot up to get that out of there. I mean, luckily I don't have big thumb studs here, so I think I'll be able to lay it flat and then really crank down. And that's what I'm going to try to do, but I can't do it right here on camera. I got to step over here just slightly, so I'll be right back. Wish me luck, man. I mean, whew. It took almost all my body weight down on it and then slowly just, tweaking it, but I did get it to bust loose. Oh, thank you. Whew, I was sweating it, man. But that explains why that action's muddy, is because it's over tight. And then, yeah, look at the amount of Loctite in here. And it's not the good stuff. It's the bad stuff. I mean, I know they don't watch my stuff, but somebody should send them a message that communicates with them and say, whatever that is, you got to stop using it, man. Because, I mean, if I can't get the knives, whew, I don't know what I'll do. Yeah, they got to stop using that Loctite. That's scary stuff. Or at least provide the recipe to get through it. You know what I mean? What do you got to do to bypass that? So that screw for the pocket clip felt like it was holding everything down, but it wasn't. I mean, I was free to go prior to that. But yeah, look at all this oil. Whew. We definitely had to get up in here. Lots of oil. There we go. And then pretty much just standard stuff here. But I am going to pull this scale. Only because the other side said, look at me, look at all the oil I got on me. I'm gonna wager that this side's the same. That it's coated up in there. Yeah. Yeah, look how oily that is. Yep. What was I looking at? I was looking at something. Maybe that collar. Oh, it was the pivot. That's what I couldn't get the pivot to come out. Let me see if I can get that loose here. Nope. I doubt that washer's wanting to come. No, it'll come. There it is. Washer and the stop pin. Big fat stop pin. I've seen that on almost every knife recently. All the Twosuns are using a really big stop pin. So it's got some pretty smooth transitions here on the pocket clip. We'll have to check that tension, see if that's going to need to be managed. Man, look at this blade. Whew. That is a chunk of M390. Skeletonized, both scales. And, of course, this inlay, this cutout for the carbon fiber. And that is a fat chunk. Look how fat that is. That is a fat chunk of fat carbon. How about it? I actually got to say that. A fat chunk of fat carbon. Let's look at one. Yeah, man. That is thick. That is a thick piece. Normally scales like this, I mean, the scale is fairly thin. But, I mean, makes sense because for weight reduction, these are big slabs of titanium. So for weight reduction, they've milled the inside for weight reduction. And then these inserts are really big pieces of carbon fiber on a fairly thin piece of titanium. So it started out thick. I mean, at least half of it, if not more, has been milled off of this side to take the carbon fiber insert. Yeah, pretty cool. Oily man. Yeah, they didn't spare any of the oil can on it. Let's get a closer look at this carbon fiber. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to call that yellow. Little flecks of yellow. I mean, maybe it's lime green. I don't know, man. I can't tell. Yeah, beautiful stuff, though. Nice. All right, little pieces. Man, Twosun, I'm telling you, they are bringing it. This little piece right here, And all this hardware is kind of dirty. It's a little dirty. It's leaving a black mark on the towel. I feel like I'm missing a washer. Yeah, right there. Kind of an odd saying. I feel like I'm missing. Well, are you or aren't you? I are. I aren't. All right, here we go. Let's put it back together. I mean, that pivot didn't want to come, but that's okay. Didn't hurt nothing staying in there. It probably is wedged in there now that I'm looking at it because of how much torque it took to get that off. It looks like it's wedged from going sideways. So if I just turned it a little bit, it probably would fall right out of there. But I think I'll just leave it be. The sleeping dogs lie, or I don't know, something like that. It's not hurting anything. It's in good shape. I think I'll just leave it. Let it do its thing. These appear to be the same size, so they got to go through the carbon fiber first, though. How about that? Yeah. Big lanyard hole. I've seen that in a few knives recently. Making it big enough so you can put like paracord or whatever. Which, I mean, I'm not a lanyard guy, but if I was going to put one and a big piece of paracord with a knot on it, help hold this knife down, it's not a bad idea. I mean, if I could tie good knots, I might even try one. You know what I mean? And this would be a good knife to tie up a good lanyard on the back with some knots and have it back here help with the grip. I don't know. I do have one. I think I showed it on the channel before. I have a Spyderco lanyard. I think I mentioned in that video. I don't know where I got it. All right. I think we're heading into the home stretch here. Yeah, the fit and finish on this carbon fiber is wonderful. Everything is milled excellent. Knocked down, beautiful edges. I think we'll put the pivot screw in first. And I'm going to have to back up because I need to wire brush this thing. I don't want to put all that back in there. Look at it all. But it'll just take a second as long as I get the right tool for the job. There we go. I'm not going to do it on camera because then I'm knocking all that down there. I'm going to do it off camera here, but I don't need all that Loctite falling down on the knife and maybe some of these brush bristles or whatever. There we go. Nice and clean. All right, now let's put it back together. Now. Yeah, it's still a little gummed up in there. I'm going to back it out a few times. Yeah, that improved it immensely right there, just that one time backing it out. I think I'll back it out again just because I may have to take it apart someday. There we go. Perfect. All right. I'm going to put one of these screws in, and then I want to check that pocket clip before I get too far. Well, I guess the pocket clip is a separate install, so I can go ahead and check it. See what kind of tension we've got. I mean, there's pretty good tension. I'm going to let it stand on its own, and if I got to adjust it, I'll do it after I'm done assembling and running the knife.
What's the box on your truck?
All right. Almost done here. Let's check this action. I mean, I'm going to check that without that lock engaged. Yeah, the blade's super free. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look where this lockup is, and then I'm going to take this apart and see how far over that lock bar goes, because this appears to be a little stiff. We'll see. So I'm just on the inside with that line. Okay, let me check it. Where are we at for time? Yeah, I'll share it with you. Won't take me long. Pocket clip can stay connected, I believe. Yeah. Yep, that screws only into the scale. So where am I? I mean, I don't have a lot of room because when it's locked on the blade, it's there. I mean, I think I'm just going to leave it be. It's so close that, I mean, I'd like to have better action on the knife, but I think I'm going to go with this. Yep. I mean, it's not horrible action, but I feel like it could be better. I'm going to try it one more time, see what I think. If I try it this time and I don't like it, then I for sure am going to stop the film, take it apart, and I'll adjust it. But let me check it. Yeah, something's not lined up there. Got you that time. All right, let's check that action. Yeah, I mean, it's sluggish. And it's all about that lock, because if I disengage this lock from the blade, that blade is super free in those bearings. Yeah, no slop, no play. So it's just this pressing against the blade. Now, I didn't oil the track. Let me do that before I make any more adjustments. I mean, that oil helped. For sure it did. Let me try breaking the knife in a little bit. I'm going to put a little pressure on here. Roll it over that lip coming out a couple of times. 20 or 30 times. And then I'm going to run it with pressure along that track, that detent ball. Get as much pressure down on that track as I can. So it's cutting. See the track there? So that detent ball is cutting now. That ceramic. It's cutting in there. I mean, markedly improved. I'm going to go ahead and button it up. We'll call the action for what it is right now. And if it gets better, then it'll be better than what I say it is right now. Oh, it's so uncomplicated, man. Make sure everything's tight. I mean, the detent's solid in the fact that that blade snaps out. No doubt about it. I mean, it rockets out of there. Give it a quick wipe. Let's wipe that blade off. All right, let's finish. Let's finish up. So the action, I mean, a couple of shakes. It's not horrible. B plus, A minus, right in there. Super snappy. The Spidey flick is good. The thumb flick is good. The back flipper feels assisted. So, I mean, A minus. Oh, pardon me. Let's talk about ergonomics. Well, and included in the action, it's relieved right here. This is cut down, and then it's got a nice scallop there to access that lock bar. And so it's super intuitive to unlock this knife. Yep. Yeah, I like it. Ergonomics. So it's got this jimping on the spine. It's not combat jimping, but it's fairly smooth, but it does have some bite and lends itself. It's got a nice flipper tab as a finger guard that the finger just locks in behind. I can get a 4-finger grip. My last finger's kind of hanging on. No hot spots. Everything is knocked down really nice. So very comfortable in the hand. And overall, the grip, you got not so confident, confident, and very confident. This is definitely a confident grip. This is north of being confident. Definitely could meet some resistance coming forward with this point, pretty sharp point. Could meet some resistance and maintain the grip without coming up and over the blade. Yeah, feels good. Definitely got a good feel in the hand. And this grip, oh, very strong grip here. Reverse grip, got a nice platform for the thumb. I mean, this is legit for sure. And not so much here. You know, just shortens the knife up too much. Let's check the pocket clip. I mean, I'm hopeful. Get over the thick stuff. Yeah, it's going to go. Ooh, ran out of room. So you can see we're a little bit short from the top. We just ran out of room in there, but I mean, to get it to there, it's super tight. Normal thickness jeans. Excellent tension. It's in there, very smooth. One hand in, one hand out. Yeah, I like it. It is not a dryer clip. And so if I took off on a hard run with this back here, I think it'll hold, but it's pretty smooth coming out of there. Yep. All right, safety. Yeah, so I can touch this blade right here. As soon as I put my finger down, I'm making contact on the back of the blade right here. Tip. Boy, that looks awful close, but I cannot touch that tip. So the tip's good, the clip is good, and I can make blade contact through the back spacers or through the scales back here on this. So if I had some incidental contact with the knife in my pocket, there's a chance I could catch this blade and draw some blood. Yep. Wonder if it's sharp. Lost my train of thought there. There we go. I mean, both bevels are crazy wicked sharp. The top one and the bottom one. I'm going to give it just a... Nah, I was going to strop it, but you know what? I'm going to stop it and strop it. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm doing here because there's two different cuts on this knife. So I've stropped it. Now I'm going to run it on this piece of wood a couple of times. Just make sure if there's any stubborn burr. But I'm doing this top angle to the point. There's 2 strokes each way. And then I got to do the bottom angle separately. I don't want to just run over that tip. I want that tip to remain pointed and sharp. Not that the strop in itself would knock it right off of there, but it's the right way to do it. Yeah. Crazy sharp. Crazy. Yeah, good stuff, man. All right. So, price and availability. Okay, the time of the auction, DWin99 has some live auctions going for these. And the sixleaf seller, sixleaf Li-Li, has a fixed price auction. It looks like $149, $159, but like I've mentioned before, the sixleaf Li seller has buy it now auction and best offer. So you got 5 shots to take a run at this knife, and I believe he's asking $149 for it. So $149, and then you can make 5 offers. So you could offer, I don't know, do you offer $135? And then if it says no, you can go to $145. You know what I mean? You got 5 chances before you're locked out of the sale of that particular knife. And then you got the live auctions with DWin. You can put your best offer on it, and who knows what you could pick it up for. But I mentioned this in a Yangji video recently that, I mean, this product that they're putting out, the days of being able to pick these up for $90 is soon going to the past. I mean, it's fading, but this is no more a $90 knife than, I mean, this is a really nice piece. Good steel, excellent titanium, fat carbon fiber. I mean, My fear is that the stuff they're bringing is so nice, they're going to price me out of their pieces, man. I'm not going to be able to bring them into my collection no more. But if that happens, good for them, man, because I really do enjoy seeing the progression of these Twosun models. I mean, this thing is stunningly cool. So what an awesome knife this is. This choke up spot, yeah, it's wonderful. But it doesn't compromise this locked in back here either. It's in good shape. Hey, I really like this piece. Appreciate y'all watching.